What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully it is good. On today's video, we are going to be tackling I just want to say this is my top 5. I know a lot of people out there will have mixed opinions. Obviously, leave your top 5 restaurants down in the comment section and we can, talk it out and compare list. Now, obviously, Voodoo Donuts, the very popular donut restaurant, just opened up in Citywalk, so that is not going to be featured on this list, as well as there are other restaurants that I have not tried yet. So there won't be any Bread Box or Hot Dog Hall of Fame. A few other restaurants that are on Citywalk that I have not tried yet, but I've tried a majority of them to go ahead and make this list, at least for 2018. So we're going to revisit this list maybe later on this year or next year to see how things stack up and change. So without further ado, number 5 on my list is Cowfish. The very popular at one time burger joint that came to Citywalk, featuring these crazy burgers and an upstairs and a downstairs type of weird restaurant that was very popular at its time of opening, and since then I think it has died down, at least with the audience. I haven't had Cowfish since Halloween Horror Nights employee preview 2016, so food was always pretty good for the most part, but the service lacked, at least every time I went, so that's why it comes in number 5. Number 4 for me is Red Oven, the pizza joint that you usually see with the big giant red vehicles in the red, and you usually can sometimes smell the pizza at certain times. Pizza. It gets number 4. It's pretty good. I've only tried it one time, but I gotta say, out of most of the restaurants, especially if you're staying on the resort already, this is kind of a no-brainer. If you're leaving the park, you can just pick up a pizza and take it back to the hotel with you and eat it. And number 3 on my list is Antojitos. If you've heard anything about this restaurant, you know the guacamole. Everybody always talks about the guacamole. You have to experience this at least once in your vacation. If you like guacamole, go there. I highly recommend. You can just get some drinks and the guac. It's that good. What they do with the guacamole that's so different from any other place, they do it tableside. So they bring it out, they make it fresh right in front of you. You can tell them what you want in it: spicy, salt, pepper, oregano, onions, whatever you want in it, and they'll add it in there. The menu is pretty decent. It's a little on the expensive side. Every time I've been, and I've only been twice, I've always gotten the burrito because the burrito is sort of the cheaper item. Was fulfilling with the guac. I was full for the money I paid, so well worth it. I highly recommend that tableside guac. Number 2 on my list is a bit surprising because it is a restaurant that I really didn't care for. I didn't understand the hype. A lot of people really still enjoy this restaurant, and I've been a few times and I really wasn't feeling it until the last 2 times that I've been, and I got a certain burger on the menu and I was stunned and I was like, wow, this is really, really good. I kind of like this place now. And that place is Tootsome's Emporium Chocolate Factory, not released by R. Kelly. But yes, this restaurant it's kind of a weird restaurant. The milkshakes are off the wall crazy. If you love ice cream, that's a big part of their thing, but they also do serve pretty good food from what I've seen and from what I've tasted. It's pretty good. And the chocolate bread, how could I forget to mention that? It's one of the cheapest items on property, or at least in Citywalk, that you can find. It's delicious. It's this chocolate bread, and they give you this sea salt butter, or hopefully I'm saying that. It's like some sea salt kind of butter that goes with it. It's a great combination. Also, the chocolate stout that they have is pretty good for a good beer. If you're looking for something kind of chocolate, kind of dark type of kind of beer, it's really good. So definitely check it out. And number 1 on my list, let's see if you can guess it. If you guessed Hard Rock, you guessed right. Now, Hard Rock, it's not anything special per se, that you can go to any other Hard Rock and probably get very similar meals. But on property, I think it's just that restaurant that you gotta go to. If you love music, obviously, it is just something of a sight to see. All the memorabilia, the music playing, the staff is usually pretty awesome. I haven't had a bad interaction with the staff. There's certain little things you can do, like a tour you can take if you know the right people, or if you request it, or I'm not quite sure how you get to go on that tour, but there is a tour that you can take. But the food is really good. The appetizer that they do for the Hard Rock, it's a lot of food, especially even if you're sharing it with 2 people, you're gonna feel full, and you can probably save a good, couple bucks, because I think it might run you like $20, and if you get some waters, you split it amongst 2 people, it's like $10. And you're gonna walk away pretty full. So I highly recommend the legendary burger, and also the appetizer as a meal if you just want that as well. That's been it for my top 5. If you agree or you disagree, or you have other restaurants that I did not put in there, leave them down in the comment section. Let's have some dialogue back and forth. And if you haven't already, leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That has been it for this video. Zombie Chris is out of here.
This is a Chuki production.